Welcome to Unboxing Cultural Probes. These cultural probes were designed by Robert and Karl, two students of mine from Anhalt University of Applied Science. Their research interest was the handling of cabinets in private households. So which kind of storage furniture do people use, in which way, which things do they store inside, and which emotions and stories are connected with and emerge around these pieces of furniture. Each participant was provided with one of these boxes titled Schrankwart, which means cabinet keeper or cupboard guard. By the way, the box didn't look that battered when it was handed over to the participant. It was designed nicely and clean. On the inside of the lid, the researchers introduced themselves, the purpose of the set, as well as their research interest. Inside the box we have a gift, some candies, tape, a pen, and this little figure, the cabinet guard, along with this booklet. Instead of now flipping through this empty booklet, I'll switch to one of the brochures that was filled in and returned by one of the participants. So you already get an impression of the results and informations collected within this item. On the first page, the researchers introduced the character of the cabinet guard, and they use a very nice storytelling and came even up with some fake laws to justify the tasks and questions of the guard. The next pages are some kind of inventory where people are asked to draw and describe two of their storage furnitures. And questions concern, for example, material, size, color, the location of the cabinet within the apartment, or where people got their closet from. Under the headline of Moving In, participants were asked to put the little guard into one of their cupboards and to then draw a floor plan of the room in which this cupboard is located, as well as the interior of the cupboard. While the guard takes his well-earned lunch break, participants are now asked to report about the daily routine of the cabinet. And instead of doing this out of their own perspective, they were supposed to tell the story from the cabinet's viewpoint. Here people were asked to provide pictures of cupboards they like, besides the ones they already own. The headline Bedtime introduces the next interaction with a guard. Participants are now asked to put the present into the same cupboard with a guard and to then seal the cupboard with a provided tape. Before this, people were allowed to take out all the things they assumed they would need throughout the overall lock time of 24 hours. When opening the cupboard after one whole day, people were rewarded with a gift that they have stored previously, which was a bar of chocolate, and they were asked to reflect about their experiences and feelings during this experiment. The next question is about imagining a partner for their cupboard. So if people could choose freely, what or who would it be? This could either be a complementing or supplementing piece of furniture or any other kind of artifact or entity. As a final exercise, the guard wants to look into every compartment, every drawer, and the furthest corner of the cupboard to track down details and to discover things that the owners of the cupboards didn't expect to be there or objects that they have forgotten about. On the last page of the booklet, the cupboard guard thanks the participants and explains how the processed samples have to be returned to the researchers. And this is, from my point of view, truly brilliant. So participants You only have to seal the booklet with the enclosed adhesive tape and throw it into the next mailbox. The address is already printed and the booklet is stamped accordingly. So very easy returning procedure. And just in case participants wanted to comment the cultural probes or send a message to the researchers, here's the space to do so. Let's wrap it up. What I like about these cultural probes is the overall storytelling, which is entertaining and guides the participants step by step through the tasks, and at the same time, it includes a bit of humor. The guard even motivates people to have a break or to have one of the candies. I also like that it's a small and handy set, which conveys a feeling of lightness and gives the participants the feeling of being able to oversee the tasks and not having too much of a workload. The exercise to keep a cupboard closed for one day really helped to direct people's observation towards the interactions with this piece of furniture and thus revealed valuable insights. It made the ordinary, unconscious, everyday interactions explicit. And what really wowed me in this cultural probes is the effortless and user-friendly way to return the probes. Yeah, a really resourceful design. What I would have wished for are items that elicit less factual knowledge, but rather stories around the relationship with a cupboard and the things stored or not stored inside of it. Also, I would have appreciated some photographs of people's living spaces and cupboards instead of all the drawings. However, the researchers were concerned and found it too intrusive to ask for pictures of people's private rooms. I do not share their view because, from my perspective, cultural probes allow us to ask for such intimate insights. Whether or not the participants allow these views or to which extent is up to them, since they can control which images they take and how much insights they allow. Last but not least, I would have wished for a stronger symbolic expression of locking the cupboard. The small, thin, and transparent adhesive tape has not the aesthetic power to convey the sealing, and a stronger tape would have been nice here. All in all, I find this set very appealing and consider it a very good approach to motivate participants to cooperate in research. And I also think that this example could be easily translated into the digital world where people, for example, could get daily messages with tasks that they can document online or with their cell phones. But now let's close this box and start developing own cultural probes. Happy exploring!